makes you more creative, right? Yes, that is according to the data true. But AI is also making you look like everyone else when you look to what you're able to produce with your creativity. It sounds a little bit strange to hear like that, right? But a very recent article from MIT Sloan Management Review put together some different studies, more specifically, 4 different studies: a short story writing study, a circular economy solutions, humor contest, and a group storytelling. So, 4 different studies with a few different groups of people. In all of them, according to the study, the person using AI produced a better individual result. So basically, comparing the version of one people using AI with the same person not using AI, those versions of the person using AI were much better to create great results. Fantastic. So the first part of the study proved, even though it's a small study that needs to be validated by peers and everything, it's at least showing that creativity from an individual level can grow up or can increase if you're using, in a good way, AI tools. Great. Everybody can be winning, can be celebrating this winning, right? But there's one problem that no one is talking about right now. And the problem is, this is not about AI boosting creativity. This is actually about what it makes it looks like creativity when you're actually putting the people together in a group. When you look to the whole group in the studies instead of one single person, the similarity of the ideas and how much creativity looks like were almost equal. People were thinking similarly when using AI. Even the pool of ideas, the pool of how they found good like stories and writings and jokes, they were very, very similar. And the biggest look like to this data from the research, this is I took a note because I think it's fantastic. The biggest individual gain came from the people with the lowest baseline creativity without AI. And even the pool of ideas in the whole group got much smaller when using AI. So, what is the whole conclusion here that we need to think? Yes, AI can raise the bar for from individual perspective and put you here. The problem is that right now with AI, everyone is on the same level. Even those who are here, they are being equalized on this point. And here I'm talking only about creativity, okay? I'm not talking about productivity because, of course, a very good argument here can be yes, but a software developer who is super good, if they use AI, they will produce much better output than someone else that is not so good software developer using AI. So you're not equalizing people. Actually, the great software developers, the more senior ones, the more qualified ones, they are gaining this battle. Yes, of course, from productivity perspective for sure. But when it comes to creativity work, then the story is a little bit different. What it's becoming more and more rare right now, it's thinking differently. So what is the solution? How we can make things how can make creativity be a thing again in our teams, and be careful on how we use AI. Basically, the order matters. It's valid for your company and for you from an individual perspective. We need to diverge first. We need to think first on paper, alone, in group. But we need to do that before using AI. And that's exactly what the study is proposing as a conclusion. AI should come after. After you already made the thinking, after you already create your idea, after you already use your human brain to think about a solution, about something you want to create. Think about writing, for example. I love writing. I do that almost every day, or actually every day. Every idea that I have is mine. Sometimes it's a very short idea, but it's still mine. Sometimes it's a very complex one and I need to break it down. But I just bring AI to the like the process of producing an article, for example, owns my whole idea from the beginning to the end is completed. So I have my thinking, I have myself into that. And then I use AI, of course, to balance my thinking, to help me see other perspectives, to help me see what I'm actually missing, to bring some data that can be relevant for that. So, of course, my writing is becoming more powerful because of AI. But here, as soon as I have my idea completed, I'm leaving the box of creativity and I'm moving to the box of productivity. In the box of productivity, there is no question at all, nothing to discuss that AI can support us to be better and make our performance in this productivity box be much better over time. But for the creativity time, that is the part that we need to protect. You need to still know how to think. That's the question. It's crazy. How can when you say out loud, it looks like crazy. Like remember to think. Don't forget how to think. But actually, that's something that sounds super basic. It's not. It is not nowadays. Humans come first. I mean, what it means to humans come first. What it means human in the loop. Well, basically, look to what you're doing on your daily basis. You get an email from a colleague, you need to respond. You're not even thinking. You're just copying the text, using AI to produce some output and replying back. And maybe your colleague is doing the same. And then the whole email thread sometimes is just AI output. Nobody is thinking what they are talking about in that thread. And back to the creativity work from a writing perspective, if we lose that, we are losing what made us great from the beginning. I mean, individually talking, like you maybe have an idea that is totally different from mine. That is what makes me want to read what you have to say, listen what you have to say. I have a lot of thinkings and reflections about different topics. That's what makes me unique. Even the way I organize the ideas in my mind makes me unique, right? Think about this conversation right now. I'm Brazilian. I'm usually creating Portuguese because that is my modern language. And then I of course use AI to help me organize my ideas once they are completed to other language, in this case English. So of course, right now, in just in this video, just this topic, I made a lot of grammar mistakes. I use a lot of words that a native would never use. My pronunciation is it. You can see that something is different if you are native, of course, but that is still what makes my ideas something that is coming from me. And in 10 years, probably, hopefully, the way I organize those ideas in English, the way I talk, will be much better than today because I'm practicing, right? But back to the boxes, if I don't practice, if I don't try, if I don't challenge myself, if I just leave that to AI, which for content creation I can do that. I can just upload everything in Portuguese and let AI translate without my voice, without my thinking, but that's not how we grow. And we should be thinking on how we can grow with or without AI. That is what makes us unique. Again, I'm using that word a lot because I'm concerned with that over time. And for you as a leader, you should also think on that for your teams. If you want to still have all those different ideas and perspectives, you need to have ways to make sure that people are there. People are thinking before the AI, before they too, they can do the thinking themselves. And of course, the tool that makes everybody good, great, polish is the same tool that is making everybody look the same. And that is something that we still have time to change. You have time to change. I hope this reflection is helping you to think in that direction.